If you enjoyed our shows, you should also be checking out the network we're a part of, the Fun Installers Network, whose promo will be playing next, and then we'll be on to the show.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin. On the frontier of the internet is a new website being constructed called FuninstallersNetwork.com, where they install fun directly into your brain, where they do collaborations with other creators, such as video game reviews, podcast episodes, art galleries, and they even do little game master tips for you who like tabletop role-playing games. So make sure to go over to FuninstallersNetwork.com and tell them that this really cool radio guy sent ya. Now back to your regularly scheduled program, whatever it may be.
Welcome, listeners, back to Gestalheim Productions as we continue our playtest of, well, I'm probably going to rename, well, actually, no, I'm going to rename this Future Me, changed its name in the past episode, but we are continuing our playtest of Breach the Broadcast, a tabletop RPG that's kind of a little mix of roguelike, like Enter the Gungeon meets Metroid meets the Breathless system by Fari. I have with me my players. Hey, Nick, say hi.
What's happening, party people? We ready to get a little crazy in this bit?
Woo. Hey, Nick, what are you playing?
I'm playing the Editor. Yeah. So, it's going to be fun.
And then next we have Henry. Henry, what are you playing?
Yeah, I am playing the roadie. The idea I had for this character is that they've been doing radio and podcasts for so long they can't remember when it all began. So they're a little phased out most of the time. And his name is Boogie Boogie, but BB for short.
And Stu, our newcomer. Say hi.
Hey, I'm Stu, and I'm playing the character Stu, who is the face of our happy little fictional podcast here within the fiction of this episode.
And I also want to put this in fictional heroism now because it's like it's the meta humor for this actually fits that. We've had Cap in as Cat. But yeah, right. And then I believe when we last left off, you guys had, well, what do you guys remember? My brain is pudding.
I remember showing up to a wonderful PodCon with my two good friends who host a podcast that is named We Are Cryptids. We Are Cryptids.
Bum.
Bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. And we were having a grand old time in a nice, normal, non-spooky convention hall when suddenly the lights all shut off and a bunch of magic runes appeared all over the room. Like everyone disappeared. And we got a very spoopy video on our laptop that was a perfect representation of a fictional cryptid we had come up with called the Mississippi Shark Goat Mothman. But it looked just like him. We're pretty sure it's him. For some reason, he's wearing a sweater and shorts. We don't know why yet, but we're going to get to the bottom of that mystery. And he said some very ominous, spooky things at us.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to try to escape this PodCon or maybe kill him or something. And we went through a few exciting rooms. We went to the first one was a dining hall. Is that it?
Yeah.
I'll say this better.
It was the gaming room.
The first room we went into was a gaming room where we ran into some of our real life friends who all seemed to be hypnotized, but we dealt with them quickly before moving into the art room.
Yep.
after a quick discussion on if we should go to the bathroom. But this is very important. The reason I'm recapping this is during this episode, we're going to be using our pee energy the entire time. In the artist room,
Whole pee energy.
In the artist room, we ran into some film critics and a bunch of hypnotized artists that.
You actually did miss.
Did I miss an entire room?
Because before that, you went in the ticket room.
Oh, yes, the ticket room with the cop. I kept calling him a cop.
Mm-hmm.
But after the game room, we went into the ticket room that had a very ornery security guard there that was all hulked out, that we had to slowly incapacitate by a mix of magic erasers and punching marker off of him to remove the runes.
And mouse nunchuck.
And mouse nunchucks that were the most dangerous weapon so far.
Mm-hmm.
Then
I'm surprised I didn't nut check myself.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for some bad roll and just pop.
And when did the McUnderwear boys come in? Weren't we dealing with them?
We learned in that room, yes, great reminder. We learned that the Mackelvoss triplets, or whatever their name was.
It was the Mackleberries.
The Mackleberries are probably behind this. We think that's most likely. They're doing a panel at exactly this time, which is very suspicious. And we have had some beef with them in the past where they tried to sue us into oblivion. But luckily, when they tried to file the paperwork, no one knew who they were talking about, because we're not very successful yet. I made that part up. Then we made it to an artist room, and we ran into some also pretty ornery film critics and hypnotized artists that we tried to out creative, but they just kept slurping the creativity out of us. And that's actually where we're at now. We've mostly scared them away and knocked out 2 of the 3 runes that are holding this room closed and keeping the lights off potentially. But right now, I believe BB was doing a very impressive hustle move to go try and knock out the last rune. That's what I remember.
Yeah, it sounds right.
There were also a lot of really good funny jokes in there and some like physical humor that I skipped over. Go listen to the first episode if you want to hear it.
If you haven't already, this is your time now. Go do the right thing for us. Listen to the first one.
Pause it. We'll still be here. If you pause us right now, we'll remain around. And you can go listen.
Put the thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
You can also, just as an option, you can listen to this episode, then listen to the first episode, and then listen to this episode again. That is another option.
Mm-hmm.
That's the memento strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you can try and figure out what happened that you don't know and see how many things you got wrong and how many you got right.
Mm-hmm.
Very valid point.
Yeah, okay. So I think since we left off of Henry doing the hustle, I believe the hustle, that's going to be let's call it a dash.
Okay. That's probably a D4. I think everything at this point is a D4.
I heard that Dash was your middle name. Boogie Dash Buddy. Boogie.
Boogie Dash Boogie. It might be. You should see me by the dashboard light. That's a 4, buddy. That's a solid 4.
All right. If a 4, you succeed as a cost. I think you run over.
He hustles over. Sorry.
Sorry, what's it called?
Not to correct you. He hustles over.
Yeah, you hustle over.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Since you're hustling over, we're doing some dancing. You make it over to the ruin, and you guys see the entrance to the room you guys entered from smash open. I'm just trying to make sure I gave you guys a complication, and it's coming up. But now I gotta remember where the complication was on here.
Maybe it's a friend.
No, it's not a friend. You see a Costume Rave enter the room as a series of cosplayers, hands on each other's shoulders and moving in perfect synchronization like some kind of less gross human centipede.
Oh, God.
I think I'm very separated from everyone else, as BB and Nick are both near the runes, and I was kind of left in the middle of the room. Which are they coming towards me or coming towards them or just general menacing?
You know what? I'm gonna roll a quick a little dice.
General menacing is such a great phrase. Also, can I just throw that out there?
All right, let me see who is on the list. Stu, you just cursed yourself because yes, they are making a beat on you.
Uh-huh.
The league cosplayer's arms are stretched out, and you hear general moaning from the costume rave.
Did
rains.
You're out of luck. My think is no, it's still a D8. Is BB, did he actually knock off that rune? Or is it
He made it to the rune, BB. I need another roll to knock off the rune. If you're gonna bash it, it's gonna be a bash. Tell me how you're gonna try to disrupt this rune.
I think his idea was maybe just pluck it off this guy's vest or head.
This one's on the wall.
It's on the wall.
On the wall. Okay, so I'm gonna maybe I'll do like a feint, like just suddenly got lightheaded from all that spinning around and try to snatch it off the wall as I lean against it.
Okay, I think that is going to be. I think that's going to be a. Well, no, actually, let's do it. Let's say a bash. You're still. I think it's still. You're still trying to break it off or rub it off.
They're all D4s for me. I was actually hoping for a sway, like a performance roll, like see how well I hid this from them.
Well, you know what? I'll let you do a sway roll for this.
Okay. It doesn't matter mechanically. It's completely flavor.
Yeah.
All right. I will answer Stu's question here with the die roll.
And I hope it's some good flavor.
Another 4. Hell yes.
We are so good at D4s.
I know, man.
Yeah, I think you swipe it and you kind of fall to the floor, and yeah, the costume rave sees this easy meal and starts heading towards BB. Now you have the human chain coming towards you, BB.
Oh God, that's so scary.
That's not a sentence I like hearing.
Walk me through this. There's one centipede that it was headed towards Stu, but now it's headed towards me.
Yeah, it's one chain of cosplayers with their hands on their shoulders, but they're also making zombie noises. And the lead one has his arms stretched out like a zombie, if that makes sense. And they're all in costumes. Pretty good costumes, so you know that those costumes are pretty chunky. And hint, wink, wink.
Do they have masks?
Some of them have masks, some of them have helmets. It's a wide variety of costumes. I think you actually see that some of the cosplayers are even dressed up as some of the features you guys have made.
Oh, fans.
Oh,
now I feel bad about what I'm about to do.
Aw.
Oh, what are you about to do?
I'm about to fuck some shit up.
About to fuck somebody's day up.
I'm going to do some elite power gaming of this crunchy system.
Oh.
And I still have a D6 for shoot.
Oh.
So I'm going to first phone a friend and ask everyone in the call, what is the slipperiest art supply?
Like an oil-based paint, maybe?
An oil-based paint. I like that. I'm right near the paint thing already because I was throwing paint to disrupt one of the runes from afar. So I'm going to grab some oil-based paints and try to throw them so they fall over in their large, bulky costumes and are going to be stuck like helpless turtles.
All right. Roll that beautiful beam footage.
That is a D6, and I got a 5.
Nice. Yeah. Well, a 5, you grab these paints. I feel like you're just grabbing them. You're just kind of like almost like a sharpshooter, just throwing forward and just shooting it at the ground in front of these guys. And they start to slip and fall in a heap. It's almost like a domino because you kind of see like this costume rave, whatever's going on, it seems to be magically making them connected. So once the first guy falls, it's just like a domino effect.
Excellent.
You guys got a moment to try to run out the door if you choose.
Yeah, we got 2 doors that are open. Is that right?
Nope.
Nope, there's just one. Well, there's a door that's open, but it's going back the way you went.
Oh, we do not want to go back. Yeah,
No.
Oh, yeah, no. No, I'm good on that.
I run out the door yelling for my friends to follow.
I'm gonna follow as best as I can.
Yep. I'm going to take a quick second to flip a couple of those heads around so that they're backwards, but otherwise
Nice.
shooting on after.
I like it.
Oh, that's a great plan. Shift ahead, shift ahead.
I like the idea that you like just gently rotate one of these large, clearly costume heads, and you hear a horrifying neck snapping sound.
Oh my god. That's kind of where I was going anyways. It was like you gotta like turn the head and all you hear is the it's like just the like whole thing just airing.
They stop breathing. Oh god.
Like no. What I do?
Yes, you guys are going to the next room, so let me look that up on the chart.
He turns into John Berthenol in that moment as the Punisher.
Oh,
No, wait.
now here's a fun thing as you guys head into the next room, because it's a big room. There's several rows and columns of free space around you as you have entered the merch floor.
Ooh.
Oh.
I subconsciously remove my wallet. I'm ready to buy shit.
I'll take one of everything.
You know what? I think as you guys enter the room, you see what looks like a cartoonish chest in front of you as you have come across a loot box at the beginning of this maze. Whoever wants to check the loot box, roll me a d20.
Who wants it?
Okay, I'll roll the d20.
I did bad at this last time.
That's a 17.
17?
Yeah, 17.
All right, Nick, you walk over and you open this chest and you find a replica Master Sword.
Ooh.
Fuck, yeah.
And you now have a D8 item to use.
Hell yeah.
If you get max health, it'll shoot a beam out.
Yo, I hope so.
Hey, there's only one way to find out. Should we take a little breather here? I think the next room is going to be some...
Yeah,
The boss room.
the next one's gonna be some bullshit.
I will say the room you guys are in, like I said, it's a bigger room. Even though it doesn't look like it on a map, I think like you guys enter at the southwest corner, which there's a doorway to. There's a doorway to another room, and in the distance you can see the red glow of a bathroom sign in the east side, about the middle, and then the from what you can tell from the map, you need to go middle north to get to the convention room. And could everyone just for funsies, roll me a quick think roll.
All right.
Oh, I'm still very good at thinking. Haven't done it yet.
Ooh.
I
was such a just random and raucous shooter with my dice.
think I have a D4 now. I started with a D10.
Oh no.
I got a D8.
I think I started with a D10. I've used I think twice. So I might have a D6. I don't remember exactly.
That's a critical failure on my part.
I'm gonna roll a D6. That's a 6 on the dice.
I got a 5.
All right, so I think you guys are looking around and you're just trying to take in the room, and BB and Nick, you guys are trying to move around and trying to see if there's you don't see any threats in the hall. But in BB,
Oh yeah.
you hear a kashunk, and you're suddenly hit in the face by one of those giant Nerf missiles that are about the size of a football,
Jesus.
and knocked off your feet.
Oh, okay.
And you take 1 stress.
How does stress work again?
Basically, if you reach 4 stress, you become vulnerable.
I am vulnerable.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh no.
So then, now you're vulnerable. Now, if you fail a dangerous action, it could be making taken out or sudden death.
Oh damn. Okay.
We got to keep EB safe.
Hey, I got this.
All costs.
Got an idea for you guys. Okay, I think I'm going to add this just because I have been hitting you guys hard and you're having had the boss battle. I think with that 6, you notice there is a med station a little further down the south side of the convention center. You think you might be able to find a med kit in there, but you do see that the vendors inside the booth seem to be loading up and arming themselves with their various wares. You're going to have to keep an eye out for, like for full maxes, hardback graphic novels, Chucky dolls.
Oh,
Massacre manga media. They're getting ready to fight us, or they're just arming themselves in general?
They're arming themselves in general, but they are keeping an eye on you guys.
Are they between us and the med kit?
Some of them, they're not between, but you're going to have to run by them, if that makes sense.
Okay.
There's a clear path to the med kit, but depending on how you guys are going to do this, is depending on what kind of role you take.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Nick and go, Nick, can you handle him? I can go run and get that med kit.
I sure can try.
Sounds perfect. Keep BB alive.
I'm just gonna click my knuckles together. Like, I only got my hands, but we'll do our best.
No, you have a giant sword. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, you're right. I do have the giants. Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna pull the sword out and be like,
That's the sound of a foam sword coming out.
Oh, it's not a foam sword. It's like one of those metal replicas.
Oh, hell yeah.
oh fuck yes.
That's pricey.
But it is dull.
Did I grab the lid off a trash can to use as a temporary shield, maybe? Just in case something comes flying my way?
Roll me a quick D20.
Oh, okay.
And we'll consider this another loot box because you guys haven't hit any loot boxes yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
Listen, even if it's blunt, you got to think about if you hit somebody hard enough with something that's blunt, you're still gonna get fucked.
That's a 10, so I don't know what that means, but
With a 10, I'm going to say you can use it to roll a D6 instead of a D4.
okay.
Basically, if you hit a 15 or 16, you get a D6 item. 17 or 18, you get a D8. 19, 20, you get a D10 or a med kit. I just feel like narrative, it still makes sense. And it does give me the option testing for luck. So I'm just going to say this is a testing for luck roll when you use it.
Okay. Cool.
I'm going to reach into my bag of reasonable goods, which is still a D8 now, but will soon be a D6, and pull out 2 little things. And those little things are the wheels for the Heelys I'm wearing.
Oh.
And I pop out the bottom of my shoes, pop those Heelys in, and take a crouched roll over to the med kit to try to stay underneath everything. The very hip crouch down to the ground slide while I roll effortlessly down there, assuming how good I roll.
Heelys.
You know what? I like this a lot. Now, here's a question, Stu. Do you remember if you've done a stunt yet?
I have done a stunt and I have not caught my breath.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to battle rap at someone.
Okay, yeah, then I'm going to say...
Which was a joke, by the way.
You know what? Yeah, this is going to be a D8, but I think until you get... I'm going to roll it that, just because I really like this, I'm going to say when you roll the next time, unless this one rolls really bad, you get to roll a D8 again.
Okay, sweet. I won't reduce it yet.
Because this is going to be a luck to see these wheels last long enough on the carpet and all the, bubble gum and stuff people drop on the floor at these convention centers.
Yeah, these floors are disgusting. Not like the carport I practice in. I did roll a 5, though.
All right. Yeah, with a 5, you make it over to the med kit and you pull out the med kit, and now you're going to have to roll again to see if you can get back before anyone starts attacking. If you want, I mean.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I think I go over there real quick, grab it up as fast as possible, and try to set myself up on the perfect pace backwards so I can still start opening it and getting ready to use for BB. So roll another D8.
Yep.
Not as good. That's a 2.
You guys see Duke try to make his way over, and then one of the wheels pop out and they face palm halfway between you and the med place. And I'm going to need you to take 1 stress.
Oh, my bones.
Ouchie.
Yeah, I'm at 2 now.
The dice know the story.
Can I, as I sprawl out on the ground, can I push the med kit the rest of the way to BB?
Yeah, let's call that a bash roll. Because you're trying to push it, trying to move it, force it. No, actually, you know what? Are you pushing it or are you throwing it?
I think it's like more of a hurling type toss.
Then that would be a shoot roll.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
Let's go. That is a 4.
Okay, so I think you heave it, you toss it over to BB as it slides over to BB, and here's the thing. Nick and BB are still by the entrance to the room the costume rave was in, right?
Yep.
I think so.
So I think you managed to toss this over, but then the costume rave kind of, as it passes the door, the costume rave erupts out and starts, I think they start curving and they're starting to head towards Stu. And Stu's now cut off from the rest of the party and you guys can find a way to catch up. As the costume rave is...
This is our usual strategy of separating me from everyone.
It's not intentional.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Sure, it's not intentional. We believe you.
So the costume rave is in the middle of the merch hall, and Stu is separated from the rest of us. That's where we're at.
Yeah, the costume rave is basically cut in front of you guys. I think you can see to your left, you can see like a series of booths you can run by. I feel like you gotta try to hurry just to try. Want to try to either find a way over the costume rave or ahead of it, or find a path through to get over to Stu.
And what my thought is, if we can direct the anger and assault that these merchandisers feel towards the costume ravers, can we achieve a safe zone for us to scuttle along the back wall or something like that?
Yeah, that sounds like a sway move.
Yeah. I think BB will be like, wow, that was really rude of you guys to just come on in like this is your territory. I hope all of those pieces are paid for with receipts in hand. And that's a 2, unfortunately.
All right, let me double check something.
So, metagame wise, we want to go get to that bathroom so we can rest.
I will say this too. I forgot about this. One of you can help. You also make a check, but you both share the same risk.
Yeah, where is the bathroom that we're trying to get to?
It's on the far east side.
Okay.
I want to say Stu's like a third of the way there.
Okay.
But yeah, Nick, if you want to try to help out with this, you can too as well. Because if an ally helps out, they make a check, but also share the same risk, and we take the highest die.
Let's do that then.
And what does Nick say to help with this turning of evil powers on each other?
I'd be like, we can't, by the power of cryptids, we can't let us falter. We must do better.
We must not tarry.
I don't know. I'm not the speech person. What am I rolling for that? A D6?
A sway.
Ooh, okay, that's a D4. Hold on, let me dig out a D4 real quick out of the bag of many things. That's a 3.
Yeah, I think you do this and you guys are yelling at it and it's getting the vendors upset and they start to fire on the costume rave that center the room. And it's distracting the costume rave. So costume rave starts to swerve into one of the booths and starts tearing apart the booth in mass.
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
As one of the vendors just starts trying to slash and stab him with a foam sword. And yeah, I think it kind of causes him to veer off, and you see like this battle happening on that end. And here's the complication. You see one of the vendors take out their walkie-talkie and start to call for security. So you got a limited amount of time to leave this area before another mini boss battle starts.
Oh, scheiße. Okay.
I will give this, I think with this distraction, you can make it over to where Stu is. And
Let's do that.
Thanks for coming back for me.
Scared you guys. I scared you guys. Yeah, I'm
just
never leave a man behind.
I'm realizing now though that I was actually in front, so I was kind of leaving you guys behind. Sorry.
Oh, good.
But I think we gotta like sneak into that bathroom. We can't let them know that we ran in there. There's a few other exits to this place, so if we can somehow cause them to think we went over there and we can get into the bathroom, then we can at least catch our breath. I know I said we got to use RP energy, but we're at a point where I think we got to let it out, and then we can be more ready to take on the Mackleberries.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, like, for the group, I have a question for y'all. Can I buy a new laptop? Like, is that in the budget? Can I do that? Because I have an idea about what we could do to distract them. But I think I'm gonna have to give up the lens.
I guess it's worth it for now. I got an old one you can use for a little bit, but it's real bad.
I just got to be able to edit things,
Yeah.
Like that. I got to be able to edit. But as long as I can do that, that's
Some people can do it on their phone.
I'll have to look into that.
I mean, back in the day, we used to just trek down to the library. Is that in the budget? Trekking down to the library?
I don't think those exist anymore.
They don't?
What's a library?
They ran out of libraries?
Is that where you rent DVDs now?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they're free, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we can use their editing equipment.
Right?
Yeah.
I think there actually are some libraries that have like recording space and stuff and cool cities. Not where I live.
No, not where I live either.
Yeah, the library where I'm at is like badass. They have like board games and like guitars and shit you can check out.
Damn.
I mean, we got DVDs of some anime, but like that was about it.
But yeah, you can use what's left of the laptop.
Okie dokie. So what my plan is, John. Oh, beautiful game master. Oh, what my plan is I would like to take like videos that we have, because obviously like I'm gonna have a bunch of that shit saved on the laptop, and I would like to find an advantageous point to place the laptop and just put a bunch of our videos on loop as a way to distract the people from finding where we actually live.
I think that is going to be a sway role.
Way?
Yeah, but since you guys are all working together, I will let you guys, if you guys want to all roll sway, since this is a group plan. I like this idea, and I think better idea is like maybe you guys see like an old laptop left on one of the vendors' tables that you guys are running by, and the vendor went over to help with attacking Costume Rave. So you connect your computer to that, and
Much smarter. Much smarter. And I don't have to give up my good laptop.
It's hanging by a thread anyway.
I mean,
I think a good laptop is just out of power for this. And so, yeah, if you guys all roll a sway, and we'll take the highest number because this is a group play.
Okay.
I got a 2.
I got a 4. I'm down to a D4.
Also a 2.
It's my voice coming through that podcast, so that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think what happens is like your battery's almost dead on your laptop. You're going to need to charge it for a bit. And so I think what happens is you guys get this going by connecting the two laptops. You manages to find an outlet for the charger just to get it to last long enough for you guys to get this going quickly and move it over. And with a 4, I think you guys managed to use this distraction as you start to run away. You start to see the vendors turning towards the laptop and prepping their weapons. And I think the complication of this being a 4 or being a mixed success is as you head into the bathroom, you can hear the sounds of security guards rushing into the room. And now when you leave the bathroom, one of the risks you have is that a security guard may spawn on a failure.
Okay.
In your general area, because of security guards, because it's such a maze, you're not guaranteed to have one when you pop out, but you have the chance of running into one, if that makes sense. This now has become a literal rogue style room for you guys.
I like it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
How clean is the bathroom?
The cleanest part of it, as far as you can tell, the only signs that something really nasty went is you can see a stain on 2 of the stall's ceilings that they never quite cleaned off. And you don't smell it, but you can at least tell from the discoloration that someone had, you don't know how, but you get the sense that whoever used that restroom and caused that stain left that bathroom severely renewed and de-aged, as if he had just spawned from he had been reincarnated or something. Like there was a purge you can't even figure out the logistics of.
Jeez Louise, peppa cheese. That was a shit to end all shit.
Let's stay out of that one.
Probably a good idea.
They literally blew it up.
And I will say, because you guys are in the bathroom, someone roll me a D20.
I have one on my desk.
You got it.
And I think as you're also checking the bathroom, one of the bathrooms has a bag of stash, aka a loot box.
Holy shit, that's another 17.
Oh yeah.
All right.
This is all going to go terribly wrong, though, as soon as we get into trouble, guys. I'm just letting you know now.
And since you guys are taking a breath in the bathroom, your dice reset.
Oh, thank God.
I think your computer resets because you plug it in, you let it charge, you click charge while you're working. Maybe say, BB, I'm going to give you something.
Okay.
2, making you are looking around while you have the door, someone's holding the door closed as you're resting up. And Nick finds a broom that's perfectly weighted for your experience with a microphone stand.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And that's going to be a D8.
Okay.
Anything you guys talk about while you're taking a breath?
That's a really nice broom there.
So that's like a boom, kind of a boom style broom, the boom broom.
A boom broom?
It's just a broom that, just with your experience from so far fighting with like a microphone stand,
Mm-hmm.
it's just you're a natural with it just because you're natural from pulling out microphone stands, setting them up as a roadie.
Cool.
It's perfectly weighted so you can use it like you would fight with a boom microphone stand, basically.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Love that.
Okay, guys, I don't think we can take everyone in that room. So I think our best bet is to try to sneak in, but then we're completely cut off. So that also seems very dangerous. What do you guys think?
I don't think we should rush in. I do think that's probably a little too dangerous. But what if we kind of what's the terminology? Like
Metal Gear Solid box walk.
there you go. Now you're picking up what I'm.
I think that's the word.
Yeah. That's what you're picking up what I'm putting down. All right. Like we gotta stealth our way in.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody have?
Do our items replenish too, or is it just stats?
Yeah, I think the bag of reasonable goods will reset, and then the laptop does reset. And then I'm giving the item as actually, you know what? I'm going to say because you rolled the loot check, I'm going to give you a second item, Stu. Well, no, you know what? I want to say reset. Yeah, the microphone stand resets, but now it's a mop.
I like.
So it resets to a D10, or
Yeah,
okay,
it's a D10.
okay, but now it's the boom broom.
Boom broom.
For a D8 item, well, what would you guys think you would find useful for what you're about to deal with in the bathroom of a convention center? I'll throw that up to you guys. A little narrative control.
And in PBTA games, we call that disclaiming decision making.
Are we looking for some kind of distraction to launch, or are we looking for something that will help us be stealthy?
We need either a distraction or a stealthy thing or something to help us take down what's ever in this last room.
Because my thought was some teenager brought in a bunch of cherry bombs, but then they didn't want to get in trouble because they didn't realize how tight security was, so they chucked them underneath the trash can.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think you guys are looking around, and BB, you find behind the funny. You actually find some Year of the Dragon fireworks hidden behind one of the bathroom stalls. You remember that one of the other panels for this was to date this game. There was a panel for one of the How to Train Your Dragon movies. One of the new ones, supposedly they're coming out after they decided to revamp the franchise. And there were many fans angry about it.
As they should be.
I heard it was dark and gritty reboot.
I mean, listen, if we could get a Last Ronin style reboot.
It was dark and gritty, and it had the lead character from the previous franchise, now an old man, and it was played by the actor who played Freddy Krueger.
Oh, hell yeah. Robert Englund?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I dig it.
Okay, so yeah, you have this D8 item of firecrackers to cause a distraction.
Okay, so what's our approach? This is our one opportunity to actually plan something out.
While we're in the bathroom.
Yes. No one checks that.
Not yet smoking.
In the bathroom, clutching a sword and having a mop ready just in case of any spills.
Yes, you guys know I'm not very sneaky.
Yep.
So.
I hate that I put that word. I hate that I phrased it that way.
My think is really good, so I could maybe think about the best way to launch these, like plan out their arcing where they go off.
Yeah, I mean, I have a really good, like, think is my highest stat as well, but I also have D8 and dash and a D6 and sneak.
Okay. So I think you're the firework operator. Sounds like.
Probably.
It sounds like you guys are going to have a complex plan, so I think it's going to be a role from everyone.
I mean, I think,
And we want this to be a fine-tuned execution.
yeah,
All of us doing something.
fluidity of motion, you know?
And you do have the map of the convention center, so you could look to see which vendor booth might have the most flammable material inside.
Ooh, that's not a bad point. And launch it into the Furby Center or whatever.
Oh god, not the demon children. Demon spawn.
So, like I mentioned, I'm not very sneaky, so I think I could try to draw them to where we want them to go. And then you guys, I know I'm trying to split off from you guys again. I swear it's not on purpose.
It's on purpose.
But then as they start coming in that direction, you guys can light them up, basically. And then I'll just try to we all try to get to the exit as fast as possible. It should be a huge distraction if we execute this right.
I think what makes more sense is if I try to lay low in the background, and if your strategy goes south, you got me as your bodyguard.
Yeah, you can save me.
To lay down the boom boom law on these people.
I like it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're counting on the editor. We're counting on Nick to be sneaky and fast to get the fireworks in a flammable area. And then when everything goes south, we just make a break for it.